She is one of the smallest vultures on the continent. Her wingspan barely reaches that of a large crow. And yet, she feeds where the largest scavengers in Africa cannot. There are bones on this cliff face that no other bird can open. No other beak is shaped for this. No other mind has learned the solution. She has raised 2 chicks on bare rock, on wind, on patience, and on a skill that took years to master. The strangest part of her story is not that she survives here. It is how she learned to begin. The nest is almost nothing. A shallow scrape on a sandstone ledge, lined with wool and dry grass and fragments of white bone. Below it, the cliff drops 400 feet. Above it, the rock is featureless and hot. There is no shade in the first hours of the morning. Both chicks press against the female's breast, their heads lost in her chest feathers, their feet still soft, their wing joints still rounded with the pale fat of hatching. The ledge is 14 inches wide. It is the whole world. For now. The Egyptian vulture is not built for tearing. Its bill is thin and pointed, suited for reaching into cavities, into the folds of a carcass already opened by larger birds. Its face is bare and yellow. Its nostrils are open slits. In many observations, this bare skin flushes deeper yellow when the bird is agitated or feeding a signal. She is a follower. She cannot open a carcass alone. But she has learned to do something no other vulture on this cliff has ever managed. An ostrich egg lies at the base of a rock below the nest. The shell is 2 millimeters thick. No vulture beak can crack it. The female lands beside it and stands still. Her toes curl against the grit. Then she picks up a stone, not the first stone she finds, but the third, and raises it above her head and drops it onto the shell. The stone bounces. She retrieves it. She drops it again. The shell does not crack on the second attempt, or the third. It cracks on the 7th. She does not stop between attempts. She does not look away. Both chicks have moved to the outer edge of the ledge. They watch with their necks extended. Their pale grey heads angled forward. Their black eyes fixed. They are watching her hands, not hands, but the movement, the repetition, the rule embedded in the action. In some studies of this species, juveniles raised by wild adults show tool use earlier than those raised in captivity. The lesson is not taught. It is absorbed. It lives in the watching. At 6 weeks, the chicks begin to stand at the ledge edge, their wings open for balance, then for something more. They grip the sandstone with their toes, the knuckles, the heel pad, the curved outer claw, and lean into the updraft. The first chick steps off on a morning when the thermals are already rising. It drops 6 feet before its wings find purchase. It does not fall again. It circles once, uncertain, then lands hard on the rock below the nest. Its legs shake. Its crop is empty. It is not ready to feed. But it is no longer on the ledge. On the 3rd day of flight practice, a lappet-faced vulture appears at the cliff edge. It is 4 times the female's weight. It drops onto the carcass. She has been approaching a hare, recently dead, and spreads its wings flat over the body. The female stops. Both chicks land behind her and wait. She does not challenge. Turns back toward the cliff. The hare is gone. This is the failure that shapes the day. The family roosts without feeding. The chicks press together on the ledge through the long afternoon. Their eyes half closed, their breathing shallow. She returns to the egg the next morning. The shell fragments are still there. She finds a new egg, a smaller one, perhaps a guinea fowl's, at the base of the same rock. She selects a stone from the grit nearby. The first chick lands 2 feet from her and watches. She raises the stone and drops it. The egg cracks on the 4th attempt. She feeds for 3 minutes. Then she steps back. The chick lowers its head to the shell. Its beak is too weak to widen the crack. but it reaches inside. It finds something. The second time it tries, it knows where to reach. By week 9, both chicks are riding thermals to 300 feet. Their primary feathers have darkened. Their faces are still grey. The yellow will not come for years. Not until they have crossed the Sahara twice, wintered in the Sahel, and survived long enough to return. The cliff edge, which was once the outer limit of their world, is now just the place they leave from. They still return to it at dusk. They still sleep within a wingspan of where they hatched. The female does not demonstrate the stone again. She does not need to. On a morning in the second week of full flight, the first chick picks up a stone near a cracked tortoise shell. It holds the stone in its beak and raises its head. It drops it. The stone misses. It finds a better one. Drops again. The shell shifts. It tries again. The rule was already in its body, waiting for the right surface, the right weight of stone, the right angle of sun on the rock. By the 12th week, one chick has not returned to the ledge for 3 days. The female roosts alone on the outer edge of the scrape. The second chick still circles back each evening, landing clumsily, folding its wings with a sound like a closing book. It will leave too, within days. The nest holds nothing now, except a few strands of wool, a fragment of ostrich shell, and the scrape mark where 2 soft bodies spent their first weeks pressed against warm feathers. The stone tools are still there, scattered at the base of the rock, below the ledge, the edge where everything began, where the chick stood and leaned, and finally stepped off into air that held them, as it had held her, as it will hold whatever comes back to this ledge. The following spring,